Zidane Daney, Election Ninja here, and welcome back to Nerd Chat here on Election Ninja's Lab. I am here with my fellow host, Captain Jack, who's not talking. Hi.
Hi, I'm Jack.
You just lost your mind, didn't you?
I lost my entire train of thought.
Fair enough. But so today we're going to be talking about the mob vote. Um, Obviously, our next Nerd Chat will be releasing right before the mob vote or the Minecraft Live actually starts. So we won't be able to. So we won't know anything yet. But at the same time, we want to talk about the mob vote now before things actually happen, as well as any theories about what might be coming for Minecraft. Um, so Jack, you really liked the crab when you first saw it, and then you were like, penguin, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
and obviously you found out about the mob vote after the armadillo.
Yep.
Okay. Obviously I'd been keeping track of it like the entire time. Joker also found out about that. He likes the penguin too, I think, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't remember if he said specifically. Um, I'm kind of in a weird situation because like pretty much every single mob vote I'm like conflicted about which one do I want to vote for because I like all three mobs, or in terms of the original the first mob vote, I liked all four mobs, and then they never happened. um but yeah, obviously I do want to see at some point, I do want to see the other mobs come back into existence, but I don't think that's ever happening. Um, Except for, well, correction. I don't think the original three mobs are going to become the other three mobs that from the first mob vote are coming back, because they specifically said that these are never coming back. However, obviously with the uh, biome vote, they said that they were going to bring they were going to do all three, and then they never specifically said for the mob vote, but people just kind of assumed that it was going to be just the one, which I'll be honest, that's kind of interesting. I'm curious to see if they are actually going to bring all of those mobs in at some point. But yeah, but one thing that I think is really interesting about these three mobs is that all three mobs have something that players have been wanting for years, whether it be with the crab claw being able to place blocks further away, and I'm assuming that that's also going to mean um, breaking blocks and possibly fighting as well, but I'm not 100% certain. Um, how do you think that? How do you think they're gonna handle that? Do you think it's gonna be like just some item that you equip and then uh, and then you can use it, or do you think it's gonna be something else?
I'm not really sure.
Hmm. Like one other thing that I'm kind of thinking about it is like, it might be something you put in your offhand, and then that allows you to place blocks further away. But
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
like that is the immediate thing that just pops into my mind. That seems like the most likely. Um, if they do decide to do it with the crab, um, I've looked at several different votes, and a lot of people seem to say the crab. Obviously, uh, you and Joker are very much into the penguins. I want all three. But yeah, so like the crab placing blocks away, the armadillo armor for wolves. Penguin is specifically the ability to move your boat faster, which people have always been saying that what they really want is the different modes of travel to have to be better, because basically once you have the elytra, most other forms of travel basically become useless, and they have been improving this little by little, especially with the horses recently, where they made horses much more usable. You could actually breed them properly, and it would significantly continue to improve over time. Or or stop improving, depending or yeah, you get what I'm saying. Because like previously, it was really freaking hard to get a that you would basically stagnate, and then you wouldn't be able to breed your horses to get them any better. So a lot of people are really so people who really wanted horses to get better are ecstatic about that change because, like I said, they've significantly improved horses. Um, and yeah, it's kind of interesting. I'm intrigued to see how they're going to handle it because obviously horses, horse improvements, fantastic. Other mobs, it's gonna be interesting to say the least. I'm not certain how they're gonna handle that. Yeah, obviously all of the different mobs are they're gonna be interesting to see exactly what they're going to be doing. Um, but yeah, so you like so what is especially do you like about the mobs? Did you lose your train of thought again?
I did.
Okay. Ah. We're just kind of tired. It's been a long week. But yeah. I don't know which one I'm gonna vote for, honestly. I'm glad that they're opening voting early on the 13th, because like obviously not everyone's gonna be able to make it for the for Minecraft Live itself. So the fact that people are going to be able to vote beforehand is going to be a lifesaver for a lot of people. Because like last year, I believe when they first did this, the whole voting system, they made it only available on that day, and all previous mob votes as well. It was like, oh, you can vote, but only on the specific day. On the day of the live stream, and it would be revealed at the end which mob won. So I'm intrigued to see how they're going to handle it from this point forward. My guess at this point as to which mob is going to win is Penguin, just because of it's at least the images that we see are significantly cuter than that of the armadillo or the crab.
That's fair.
And I just think that's the most likely to win. However, would I think honestly, I really like the armadillo. I know that I'm that you are not the biggest fan of the armadillo, but
it's just not that cute, you know.
Yeah, I really like the idea of them disguising them basically becoming a block, just like how obviously the shulkers act, and they curl up into a block and then they're unmovable or something like that. And I think that's going to be really interesting to see how they're going to handle that. Also, I'm intrigued to see how they're going to handle the two mob drops, because I don't think that they're going to want people to go out of their way to kill these two mobs. Because like like for the example, the armadillo, you're gonna want to get a ton of their scutes so that you can protect your wolves. So I'm imagining that it's gonna be something similar to how the turtles do it, where just like with the turtles, it's when they change from a child to an adult. That's when when you get the scute. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be a little bit more common with the armadillo, but I'm not exactly certain. Like I said, I don't know exactly because there's no way to know. My guess at this point in time is that they're going to have them be. It's going to be a similar method, like when they when they grow up, again they'll drop a scute, but it's hard. Like I said, it's hard to say at this point in time.
Those are called scoot, bud.
Did I say scoot? Thank you. I'm sorry, I can't speak.
I'm saying scoot.
A lot of people say scoot. I'm sorry.
Well, they're wrong.
Yeah. As for the crab, I think what I'm imagining for that is that just randomly you'll come across two crabs fighting, and after the fight, one of their claws is gonna break off, and then they'll both scuttle in different directions.
That
And
makes sense, yeah.
because again, I don't because crabs can regrow claws. So
I think that's pretty much how real crabs do.
yeah, so you'll see like the two crabs fighting, and then one of them will lose their claw. Maybe both of them will lose their claw, and then eventually it will grow back.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
But you just know. All right, hold on. Let's pull up Minecraft because for the facts of life here, I'm gonna have a farm full of whatever the mob is because
Yeah.
I always add that to the farm
Yeah.
because I'm obsessed.
Yeah. I mean, pretty
Like,
much every
Or
single
the
mob.
zoo or whatever.
People make mob farms. It's not like everyone knows that it's gonna happen. You're gonna contain your sniffers into a giant pen where they will sniff out all of their seeds, and you're gonna put like a hopper minecart or something underneath so that it picks up all of the seeds just as they're randomly searching. With your snow golem, you're gonna have it in a cage, and you're gonna dig up the snow. With your with your turtle, you're gonna contain a whole bunch of them on a beach, and they're gonna be making their eggs like crazy, and
Yep.
so on and so forth. With all of your food animals, you're gonna have them in a cage. You're gonna have them searching for the shit. With frogs, you're gonna have them in a magma cube farm, and so on and so forth.
Okay. I'm gonna be very honest with you here. I have never done any of that shit. I have never. I just build literal zoos and farms. Like I build them with barns and enclosures and gates and
Yeah.
water troughs. And all that.
Yeah, basically,
I'm not gonna.
I know I've done a lot of farms with a lot of the different things, and I also watch a lot of videos, so I know how to make a lot of the different farms, even if I haven't made it myself yet. So, like for the frogs, you make you get a freaking what was it? You get a magma cube. You find a magma cube place, set up their farm in the in wherever you're gonna set it up. They spawn, and then you send them over to the frogs to be eaten. And then you get
I didn't ask. I didn't say I didn't know how to make them. I said I've never made them.
yeah. I think I have made one of those, but I haven't done like a whole bunch with it. It was basically like, here, let me test it out really quick, see how that works. And then basically I made like a mob spawner with a magma cube in it, and
Yeah.
then put like the frogs in there to eat the magma cubes, and that's pretty much it. The thing is that like obviously I play in creative most times, so it's not like it really matters.
Same.
But yeah, I mean, it's honestly insane though to see all of these different mobs. It makes me want to play survival again, because I think that there's so much. They've added so much into this game that I think that that you can do so much more than you ever could before.
So, I'll tell you what I do, and perhaps this is cheating, and you can hate me if you want to, but that's fine. I'll survive. So what I do when I'm playing Minecraft is I will generally start in creative. I'll set up my little world. Obviously, you can't do this in multiplayer, but you can do this in single player. What I do is I set up my world in creative, and I build myself like a modest little. I either build like a home base where I go into the mountain and blast out a large cavern, or find a large cavern and kind of set up a home there with like a bed so that I have a respawn point and like other things that I need, tools. Only wood though, like I just basic stuff that I would want to start the game with ideally.
Yeah.
I put all that in chests and stuff. Make sure I have a little bit of food. Put a campfire in there with a hole for the smoke to get out and all kinds of stuff. And I just build like a little home base there. And then I put on the outside, if I feel like it, I'll put, a couple of sheep, a couple of cows, a couple of pigs, a couple of whatever.
Yeah.
And then I will change it to survival mode so that I can do the fun parts of like going and mining and fighting mobs and exploring, because I know that no matter what I do, even if I go exploring and then die, I also turn on keep inventory. But
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like a lot of that stuff is like most YouTubers, and people can pretend that I'm lying, but most YouTubers will do something to a certain degree like that. Like they'll like it's not as massive, but they definitely do set like, especially since they recently changed some things, so it's a lot easier to do this now. But they'll make sure that they started off in creative, and then they set up all of the rules, and then they're good. And the big reason why they have the ability to be in creative or to do to have cheats or whatever is because of the fact that there's oftentimes things that you want to do. So like, just for an example, if you want to do a storytelling thing, you're gonna need to set like, doing all of that in survival can be really challenging and time consuming. So like, let's say you want to go out and explore the world, and suddenly there's this build that was never in survival Minecraft. You can set that up beforehand, and then you go there at a later date, and then you can do your storytelling. A lot of YouTubers do this. I think freaking one of the best examples was the Evo server, where I think even though they were playing on survival Minecraft and pretty much everyone was in survival, they had like an admin or something who would be in creative and controlling a lot of the outside world by using creative to actually manipulate certain things outside of their control. And there's lots of other things like that that are just like that just happen. So that's just like what is immediately popping into my mind. But there's other servers like that like, depending on who you are, you're gonna set it up, because let's be honest, playing Minecraft for a long time can be a little bit boring, especially if you're gonna be doing it on YouTube, because people are gonna just be like, oh, whatever, that's it's just Minecraft. Like, sure, there's you're doing new things and stuff, and you're building new things, but story-wise, it can be a little bit boring. And like, yeah. I mean, many of my early videos actually had me being in like, I would set up the map in creative, and I used survival to actually play out the story. And you can tell this because of the fact that in multiple videos, especially early on, I had forgotten to go back into survival mode.
Whoops.
So I would just be having that issue, and it's like, oops. But at the same time, it's really funny. But yeah, I know that whatever mob gets chosen, this is probably the safest choice that they have ever done, because let's look back at the previous mob votes. So obviously, the first mob vote was it had like the 4 different mobs, and people got really, really fucking pissed when it wasn't. Yeah. Because let's be honest, people wanted there were people didn't really like the Phantom afterwards, and they're like, we wanted the other mobs, and it's like, honestly, you probably would have hated all three because they were all three of them
Literally.
are like these super powerful mobs. Like the barnacle was supposed to be something that would suck you under in when you're underwater. The Great Hunger was something that would suck you under when you're walking through the desert, and occasionally, like obviously there would be certain things with that, but that thing would have like both of those would have ended so many hardcore player games, and people would have been pissed. And then the wildfire, like that's a great mob because of the fact that it could have been like something where it's just like a boss when you're dealing with blazes. Like it's a more powerful blaze. That's all it is. So, and that's why they added it into frickin' dungeons, because it made sense. It was gonna work. It would work out perfectly fine. And then the next mob vote was the technically the next mob vote was the 5 Chinese ones, where it was like the panda, an alligator, a monkey, a deer, and a dolphin. Of course, the panda was gonna win. That was kind of the panda was never gonna not win, so that was an easy choice. But then you get to the next one was obviously 2018 with the biome vote, and we're still waiting on meerkat and ostrich, but we know that those are coming eventually. And the same thing goes with the second biome vote with the swamp, the badlands, and the mountains. Obviously, we've gotten mountains and swamps now. We're just waiting on badlands. But obviously, like
I wonder how Badlands are gonna differ from desert.
I mean, technically, we already have the badlands.
How you said we were waiting on them?
We're waiting on them being updated because they're gonna have an extra. They're gonna have tumbleweeds. They're gonna have new cactus, and they're gonna have the vulture.
Oh, okay.
And then, like with the other mob vote, it was we got the taiga upgrade, and we're waiting on the desert and the savannah, and that's what the meerkat and the ostrich are.
I got you.
So those happened, and then in 2019 we had the Moobloom, the Iceologer, and the Glow Squid, which people are very upset that the Glow Squid won, because
I'm not. I freaking voted for it.
But yeah, a lot of people wanted the Moobloom, a lot of people wanted the Iceologer, and I still do agree that those two would have been good options. But yeah, up until that point, it was pretty easy to tell which one was going to be. It didn't really matter. It was just like, yeah, we'll get whatever one wins, we'll focus on that, and then we'll come back to like, if we decide to bring it back, we'll do it later. And I think that that's going to be happening with the.
Bro, can you chill?
Your cat being stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's breathing, so it happens.
Yeah. So yeah, those were pretty open and shut. Those, it could have been anyone, and like there were going to be complaints, as always, but at the same time, it was going to be like. It was pretty easy choices. Then came the Glare, the Allay, and the Copper Golem. And this was where it started to go downhill. Because Glare was like, nobody really cared. Because it was just like, use the F1s, like, hit the button. You're good. It's whatever. The Copper Golem, like, a lot of people love the Copper Golem. And they're sad that that never came through. And I'm one of them. But the Allay, like, I swear, I'm 100% certain that the Allay was going to be something where, they always intended it to win. Because of how freaking important it is to Minecraft Legends. Like, obviously, the Copper Golem could have been an option, but at the same time, it was like, yeah, it's gonna be the Allay. Like, that was where it was pretty certain. And then, last year's mob vote. Like, that was so stacked in the Sniffer's favor, it was unbelievable. Like, I love the Tough Golem and the Rascal, and I would love to see them come back. But, like, everyone knew it was going to be the Sniffer, because they had announced that the next update was going to be the archaeology thing. The Rascal has nothing to do with archaeology. The Tough Golem maybe, but it's like this one. It was like they set up all of these things. Like you're gonna have to dig for the eggs. You're gonna have to do all of these different things, and they're a lost creature. Yeah, give us all these cool information. And it's like, yeah, we know that's gonna win.
Yeah.
Which I'm a bit annoyed that they did that, because it's like we should have just been like, no, fuck you. We're gonna vote for the Tough Golem, which I have a feeling that they might have done. I have a feeling that that a lot of people did vote for the Tough Golem, but they hid like who was gonna win. Like they didn't. I don't think they ever showed the voting poll. So I think that it was definitely possible that the different ones were gonna win, but it's whatever. And then this year, I feel like it's gonna be the Penguin, just because, like I said, they're the cutest. And
Yeah, unfortunately, popularity contest. It's not necessarily all about all the cool stuff they can do.
yeah, exactly.
Because we would love for it to just be about like that. It's not.
Yeah. 1 second, I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect. All right. Can you speak again, really quick?
My name is Jack.
I don't know why you're quiet.
Is it better now?
Yeah, with something on your phone.
My phone's been having this weird thing that, like, if even I don't know, it's like it's having a I don't know. It's time to upgrade, is what it is basically. My battery is shot. My speakers are having a tantrum.
Okay. That's fair.
I know. I keep getting messages from Verizon. Hey, if you do this, you'll get this, and I'm like, now I don't want to do it because you're telling me I should.
Yeah, me too. I've been getting them as well, and I'm just like, my phone works. I'm good. I'm good. My phone works still perfectly fine. I have not had a single problem with it.
Yeah, see, not the case here. And I know it's probably just because the new one just came out, and I should just wait it out, but I'm getting mad.
Yeah. I don't know. So, yeah, it'll be yeah. Phones are weird.
Apple is whack.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. To be fair, though,
I'll go to heaven and say that to Steve Jobs' face.
he's not dead yet, is he?
Yes!
He did? I thought he was still alive.
Bro, Steve Jobs died like 10 years ago.
Weird. I'm just losing my mind then, I guess.
Hold on. No, I'm 100% certain that Steve Jobs died. Hold on. Okay, thank God. I'm not insane. He died October 5th, 2011.
Okay, I'm just losing my mind. Gotcha.
Yeah, because I remember it being like he was so young.
Weird.
Because he was only born in 1955, so Mans was only like in his 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, okay, I'm not insane. God,
I'm the one who's
freak me out
insane.
there.
I'm the one insane.
Apparently.
But yeah, based off of what we've seen for the mob vote, do you have any theories about what they might be adding into the into this next update?
No, I honestly, I'm just not creative in that sense. Where like, to me, it already feels like they have everything I've ever wanted and more in Minecraft. So it's not like.
I mean, fair enough.
They have so much in Minecraft, and I'm just like, this is. I mean, I never dreamed we'd have what we have now. You know?
Yeah, like thinking back on it, like it's just like back when we first started playing Minecraft, there was like what
there was creepers.
Yeah, there were creepers, zombies, skeletons. Like the jockeys were had just been added, specifically the spider jockey. There weren't baby zombies yet, at least for me.
Nope.
None of the alternate versions The Guardians didn't exist. Most of the Nether mobs didn't exist yet.
Nope.
Like, it was just the zombie piglin.
Yeah.
Well, I think blazes were around at that point.
Yeah.
Depending on when you started, but like, Wither skeletons hadn't come out yet, because I think I started like around 1.6. I want to say.
Yeah, I think somewhere around there. I can't remember.
I think that was where I started.
I remember when Minecraft came out and my friends were like, dude, you gotta play this new game, and it was like super crazy.
Yeah.
And then we all had it on our phones, and that was where we played it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, like, obviously there was the phone stuff. But like, we hardly had any of the mobs. It was like cows, chickens, pigs, and sheep.
Yep.
As well as I think the 2 main golems. Villagers existed, but they were way less. Obviously squids have existed pretty much the entire time, but obviously horses, like, everyone remembers when horses were a huge fucking deal.
Yep.
Like, they came in and it was like, we got freaking horses? Mo Creatures, the creator of Mo Creatures is helping out Minecraft? Holy crap, this is amazing! And it was like, it was a huge deal, especially the horses and the donkeys, because it was like, obviously now they don't look anything like the Mo Creatures mobs, but they literally, like, when they first did it, they literally just talked to the guy who made the Mo Creatures mod, and they said, hey, we want to put horses, can we take the exact model that you have and put that into Minecraft? And then they used almost everything that he did for the horses and put that into Minecraft. And it's honestly insane to think about. And I'm wondering if Mo Creatures is still even around at this point. But because I think he's now joined the team. I don't remember. But like, Mo Creatures was one of the biggest mods back in the day, and I think he's now working. He now works for Mojang, so he hasn't updated it in years. But
yeah,
like, but it's that kind of little things. Like, they started adding, they started bringing in people who had been working on mobs. Like, the guy who made the original Aether mod, he works for Mojang now. And a lot of other people who did like a whole bunch of mobs, they worked on Mojang, and that's they work for Mojang, and that's why the most recent April Fool's update was so freaking massive, because they literally had a ton of people come from that from doing all of their mods, and they came over to help out Mojang, and they could just be like, yeah, add whatever the fuck you want, and we'll have fun with this April Fool's update. And it,
I just spawned into a world underwater.
yeah, that happens. It's rare, but it happens.
Yeah, well, that was annoying as fuck.
Yeah. But, like, another thing as well that I'm kind of intrigued about is, like, the unused mobs. Like, back in the day, there was, like, one, well, I guess 2 unused mobs that you could summon in, but they were never implemented fully into the game. It was specifically the giant, and that was the only one for a good while, and then the killer bunny came around.
The killer bunny.
I think there was also, like, another mob. I'm forgetting which one it was, but I think that there was another mob somewhere in here that you could only get by summoning, and then that got added fully into Minecraft, but I don't remember what it was. Obviously the zombie and skeleton horses, they weren't available until the skeleton horsemen came about.
Yeah.
And we're still waiting on the zombie horsemen to eventually come about. But, like, obviously those mobs exist. But now we have, obviously we have the zombie horse now. We have the illusioner, and then obviously we have the Bedrock and Education Edition mobs, which is specifically the agent and the NPC. as well as the Elder Guardian Ghost. So,
Yep.
I mean, obviously there was always the removed mobs with the human as well as the original 4
The
characters.
human was. I didn't like the human.
Now, before, did you ever see the original player characters before we got Steve?
No.
Okay, it's weird as fuck. So, basically, there were 4 characters. There was Reyna, Steve, Black Steve, and Beast Boy. Steve was the frickin' Steve, Black Steve, and Beast Boy were pretty much identical, except that they were like color swaps. And it was like this was so Reyna was the first one, and that was basically between that started in 2009, and then in 2010 we got the other ones, and then we switched over to the human. So it was pretty much before anyone was really playing Minecraft at that point. And like obviously Steve had existed for a good while there, but obviously like they were thinking of, here, let's make these bigger versions, and that was where the Reyna, Steve and Black Steve, and Beast Boy came in. But then they got rid of them because reasons. It was just weird. As well as also the Pigman was at one point going to be something, but they got rid of that. But that was long before the Pigman or the zombie Pigman or whatever. But it's really interesting to see how that's going. But anyways, to the point that I was trying to get to before, what I think we're going to be getting in the next update. So, you know, for a while I have wanted a ability to make moving structures, whether that be boats, that be things that move across the land, or that be flying things. I think that they're gonna do that actually. Like the fact that in every single one of the Mob Vote shows, they specifically showed this massive boat as it functioned, that I can't shake that feeling. Something about that just bugs the crap out of me, and I'm just like, I think they're gonna do something with that, because obviously with the previous Mob Votes, with the first one, obviously that was whatever, it was just showing them, that was just showing pictures. The other Mob Votes, as well as the biome votes, Tiny Jens and Tiny Agnes basically walked across the land to go to each location. Maybe they like snuck through certain places or whatever for like the Rascal, or the Copper Golem, the Glare, and the LA. But like lots of those little details were in there for a good while, and then I don't know, they just never did anything with them. I don't know. It's like I said, there's lots of little details with that. I'm kind of intrigued to see how they're gonna do with it from this point forward.
Yeah.
But the fact that they specifically show them on a boat that is was built by with blocks, and they show that moving through the sea to the point where in the final episode of the Mob Vote videos, they show it moving and running aground, so that Tiny Agnes can get to the to Minecraft Alive. Just that intrigues me. I'm curious to see if they're actually going to do anything with that. Like I said, it might not be an actual detail, but beyond that, there's been no evidence to show like what they're planning for this next Mob Vote, or for this next update. Sorry. So I don't know. There's that's like the big thing that's kind of like on my mind, and especially since they do hint at certain things in the Mob Vote videos, but I don't know. There's just a lot of things that are, it just drives me crazy. I do think that we are probably going to get one of the biomes. My guess and hope is that it's going to be either the desert or the savannah, so that we can either get the meerkat or the ostrich. But I also could see them doing the Badlands and giving us the vulture.
True.
But the fact that they did two things from from the 2019 vote versus and we still have only gotten one biome from the 2018 vote, that just leads me to believe that we're probably going to get one of them. My guess as to which one we would probably get would be probably desert, because the armadillo is specifically going to be that's going to be the savannah, I believe, or it might be the but we'll see. We'll see exactly what they say with that. But I think that's the case, because I think I think that they would probably be choosing a mob that does not have any connection to a biome that's getting updated. But I do think that at least one biome is getting updated this year. Which one it is, I have no idea. But yeah.
What if it was some random one that they hadn't told us? They're like, poof, here you go.
Well, I could see the Birch Forest happening, because they've been saying that for that they wanted to update that for a while. So I could also see the Birch Forest being updated. Beyond that, I have no idea. I do also think, though, that they are going to update swamps a little bit, because they want to get, or rather, maybe they'll update villagers with something so that there is a type of village that can spawn in every single biome. Or at least the different types of biomes, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because they're...
I don't know that I would want to just run across a village in a swamp. I would be fucking just laughing.
I mean, fair enough. But I do kind of want to see something like that. I know I'm weird, but the thing is that there is swamp villagers, so I'm just like, what if the swamp the swamp village is like so drastically different? But I specifically think that they will be doing something with that, because they're doing something currently with the villagers to improve trading, and one of the things that they're doing is that you need to get villagers from different biomes in order to get all of the different books. And the only one that, and one of the most necessary ones is the swamp villager, but there's obviously no one who, but there's no swamp village. So the only way to get that is to breed up villagers in a swamp in order to get that trade, and it's like, that's just annoying. So I'm imagining that they will be doing a swamp village at some point soon.
I am intrigued to see what they do with that, because swamps are notoriously hard places to, build.
Yeah. My guess as to what it would be is something similar to what the witch's hut does, where it will be elevated, and then
yeah, that makes sense.
And then the villagers just like wander across the pontoons or whatever. But I have a feeling that they would probably do something where there's like a staircase or something that goes down to the water, so that if the villager does fall off, they can still make their way up. I don't know. It's like I said, it's kind of it's a complicated way to see how they would do it, but at the same time, I do see that happening at some point soon.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that it's kind of insane though to think about it, because at this point, the only vote that the only thing that we can kind of say with certainty is that they will be doing something massive, and we won't know until after next Nerd Chat. So I do think that after Minecraft Live, which will be on the 15th, when we record our Nerd Chat for the 22nd, which we would record on the 21st, we will we talk about what happened in that in the Minecraft Live, and basically what we're excited for, what we're not so excited for, and stuff like that. I don't know if Joker will be available yet, because
you'll have to send me a link to the Minecraft Live, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you that when it happens. Unfortunately, I will not be watching it live, so sorry everyone who's wanting to see my live reaction or whatever. I don't know how many of that's not many of you, but for anyone of you who are wanting that,
both of you.
huh?
Both of you.
Yeah, both of you that want to see my my live reaction to that, I will not be doing that because I'm definitely working that day. So, unfortunately, you will not be seeing anything from me on that day. But I do plan on doing something the next. I'm gonna talk about it the next day, probably. We'll see, or at least I'm gonna record a video for that day. We'll see. Like I said, there's a lot of things that are currently in the works right now. So, whether
I had a friend at my last job at Geppetto's, who would take time off. He would literally take off an hour to a half hour to watch Nintendo Live.
That's funny.
Like, just in the middle of... Because we always work Saturdays, and that's always what day they're on.
Yeah.
And so, he would literally take... So I got confused. I would literally, like... Every once in a while, he would just disappear for an hour on Saturdays. And I was like, Alonzo, dude, where are you? And he was like... Oh yeah, I take this time off to watch Nintendo Direct, and I was like, "Are you fucking serious? They let you do that?"
He probably got fired.
They did.
He probably
Yeah.
got fired because of that. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I'm intrigued to see how they're gonna do it. Based off of my usual timing, I might have like a little bit of time to watch it between during my break, but it's like. Minecraft Live is long.
Like, yeah, Minecraft Live is usually like an hour long.
Yeah, so it's like I might be able to watch like part of it for one of my breaks, and then, but the thing is, I'm probably only getting 2 breaks before it's before I get off of work, so a break and a lunch. So based off of my usual schedule.
How long are your shifts?
Anywhere from 6 to 8 hours.
If you have an 8, you're entitled to 2 15s and a 30.
I know. Yeah,
okay, good.
I work. Sundays I only work 7 hours though. So.
Oh. Anyways, we just had a bunch of assistants being like, "But what about our breaks?" And we're like, "Do you seriously fucking think we would risk breaking the law and being caught not giving breaks? Chill the fuck out, bro. You'll get your fucking breaks."
Yeah. But yeah, it's people are crazy.
Truly.
Yeah.
Truly.
But, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see how what they do for the Minecraft Live. Also, while I'm thinking about it, so I recently reread Skandar, mostly because I was waiting for a paycheck to get the next Ender book, and I was in shock how much they freaking set up for the second book. And it's like really minor things. Like I didn't really think about it at the time when I was reading through the second book my first time, because it's like. Did they set up things? They probably did, but then when I listened to when I re-listened to the book, to the first book, I was like, "Holy crap!" They like hinted at several different things. Like for example, they hinted at the at something with the tree. I'm not gonna say exactly what because I don't want to spoil that because you still haven't read the second book, but the big made tree they hinted at that because of the fact that they show all 5 elements on that. And they specifically bring that up. They bring up the idea of true songs, which you'll understand that once you read the book. And they brought up a lot of other little things, like one of the things that Kenna says early on in the book is, "You're better than me, Scar," or Ska, and it's like,
yeah,
holy frick, you freaking were hinting at Kenna turning evil. Like all the way back then, she has not turned evil yet, but it's like it's heavily implied that she's going to slowly turn evil over the next few books. But what exactly that means, I don't know yet. But for sure,
interesting.
Yeah, Kenna is really interesting, and I really want to talk about what is going on with Kenna. So read once you finish up with whatever you're working on current, whatever book you're reading right now, read Skandar 2. That's your next assignment.
All right. I need to get a. I accidentally left my other copy of Skandar 1 in my car when it got destroyed, so I need a new copy of that one.
Bruh.
It was an accident. Oh, also it was pretty much destroyed anyway because the cat peed on it.
Oh, ew.
That's life with kittens.
Yep.
Okay.
But
Fine. I put them both in my cart. Are you fucking happy?
yes. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on Skandar 2. Me and Joker are going to judge you heavily.
Yeah, whatever.
We're gonna be so yeah. Once you start reading, once you get through that, or as you're reading it, we'll probably be having like nerd chats discussing that because I really want to see your thoughts.
Yeah.
But
I'm
anyways,
sure you do. Alright, they're both in my cart, you dick waffle.
hey, watch your language.
And for God's sakes, watch your freaking language.
Oh my gosh, we're insane.
Alright, kids. Just remember the rule. Words are not bad. Intent is bad. If you intend to hurt somebody, then it's bad. You can call someone a cotton-headed ninny muggins and say it with mean intent, malicious intent, and that's a bad word. But you can call someone a fucknut and say it with love, and that's not a bad word.
I love that you said you started that off with kids. Kids don't watch our shit. Or at
you
least
don't fucking know that. You don't know where kids are on YouTube. As a kid, I remember I'd scroll through YouTube and 5 seconds later I'd be seeing a penis on the screen. You don't know what's on YouTube.
True. Kids, if you've been watching this entire nerd chat, go away and stop coming to this channel. At least until you're at least 13. I'm mostly saying that to cover my ass because, like, I don't want YouTube to be like, oh, he's for kids. No, I am not for fucking kids.
We are in all ages family friendly
We're not family friendly.
podcast. I couldn't even get through it.
We are
I tried.
we are definitely not family friendly. At least you and I aren't. Joker might be. Like, if Joker ever did a podcast by himself, he would be family friendly.
Would he though? I think on some level, yeah, but also, have you watched the man play D&D? There is a ruthless side to him.
That's true. There is definitely a ruthless side to him.
He is someone who, if I didn't know him and met him in a dark alleyway, pissed off, I would not go talk to him. That's for sure. I love him, like, deeply. I do, but he's a little spooky sometimes when I see that ruthless side come out.
Yeah, especially with the whole, so who we killing today?
Literally, he's just a hair too excited, and it's just a hair too believable. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
He just does it a little bit too well, you know? Like,
Yeah.
when an actor just plays a part a little bit too well.
Yeah, I kind of want to find, like, our discussion, I kind of want to put a picture of, at some point, of our discussions in, the Curse of Strahd Discord, and just be like, just to prove how freaking crazy he is. Like, so we were talking about, like, obviously recently we were talking about doing a social deduction game, for Halloween this Halloween, and, Joker, as we're talking about this, Joker goes, ooh, that sounds like fun. Who do I get to kill first?
Jesus.
And then, I say lol, Astrid says, Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
Busey, thank you. And then, Joker says, perfect, don't know who that is, but okay, he dies first.
He's a politician.
But like, it's just like some of the things that he says is just like, what the fuck, dude. I mean, to be fair though,
He's gonna end up on some kind of list just for making a joke about that. He's gonna say the wrong thing and be like, it's gonna be recorded, like it's gonna be via text. He's gonna say the wrong thing, totally joking about how he's gonna assassinate some politician, and he's gonna end up on some kind of list, and the FBI is gonna be like, bang, 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 we need to talk to this guy who's at Joker. Turns out he's a skinny Mormon kid with a heart defect.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
They just look at him, they're like, wait, what?
Like, you look
And
at...
then they turn around and they're like, okay, maybe it's just him and he just looks that way. They look at his whole family and they're like, nope. Okay, you guys wouldn't hurt flies.
Oh, yeah. That's
They just
true.
take one look at Ethan and they're like, aww.
Well, I mean, to be... okay, I'll say this right now. Ethan can also be pretty vicious, but at the same time, he can be... because, like, you haven't been playing Strahd with us, so you don't know what he can do with that. But, he's in the Strahd game, and,
But there's nothing a little Mormon boy could actually do.
yeah,
They get all their anger out by reading the Bible and playing D&D.
that's true. But, yeah, so...
I think punching something would make Joker explode.
Oh, I mean, fair. Maybe we should get him a punching bag for Christmas.
One of the ones for kids so he doesn't hurt himself.
Fair enough. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like obviously,
Just to be clear, we love Joker.
We do.
are teasing him in good fun and know that even if he was here, we would still probably be saying this.
I mean, to be fair, we say this shit like when he's here anyways.
Yeah.
But it's just easier to make fun of him when he's not here, though.
Oh, boy. We're going to hell.
A little bit.
Get your hand baskets ready. Choo choo.
Oh my gosh. We're crazy. It's just a fact of life. Anyways, this has been a fun nerd chat. Yeah. Anyways, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. I've been Electro Ninja, he's been Jack, and we'll see you guys next time. But on